Okay, so let's talk about how to get this all working on Windows, just in case you're running into problems. I'm going to go through the whole process start to finish. So I've been using this medium.com page called How to Link Android Studio with GitHub. It's the first result if you just search this term. And we got a couple different steps here. We're going to install Git on your computer. So I'm on the Git website. You go to Downloads. You download it for Windows. And then it's also going to have some information about how to set it all up. So I already have that on here. I'm going to just double click it to install it. Alright, so after Git is installed on your computer, we are going to start a new project. And I'm just going to do an empty activity. That's all fine. And this goes for any project, right? It's all the same general setup. I'm going to go to, let's just double check what our thing says. We're going to go to VCS, enable version control integration, select a version control system. We're going to say Git and say OK. Now it's saying it can't find git.exe, so let's configure this and make sure that we find our Git properly. I know where mine installed. So I need to go VCS, enable version control integration, and select Git, and let's see if it still doesn't find Git. It looks like it did. So if it doesn't, then you need to visit your settings, and within your settings you can specifically pick where that goes. Under version control, Git, and you may have mine automatically detected my Git here in this app data folder, but if yours doesn't, then you might need to manually find your git.exe file. Okay, so now that version control is enabled, going back here, we need to go VCS, import into version control, and say share project on GitHub, and that's when it's going to ask us to log in, and so we'll log in. And once we log in, it's going to say share project on GitHub, and we can give it a name. So I'm going to call mine Android Windows Test. The remote origin is fine. The description, a simple app test, whatever you want to put in there, and hit share. And it's saying we got an invalid repository name because it does not automatically do it for us. So you're just going to put dashes instead of spaces. And it brings up this menu for an initial commit. We just say add, and that's going to send everything on here. So this is probably the error that a lot of you are getting, which is that it's actually not working. What we need to do is run a git config right here to get everything set up. What I can do is just type in cmd on Windows and open this up, and then within cmd I need to do git config. Let's do git config global user.email. Okay, git config global user.name, and I'll do my name, and we should be good to go. Let's go back in here. Let's try that one more time. Import into version control, share anyway. And project successfully shared. So I had to set that up in the command terminal. I had to give these commands. It's really simple. Just git config -- global space user.email, then our email, and then our name, and then we're good to go. So now if I go to my GitHub page, this is what the page looks like whenever you log into GitHub. I'm just going to go over here and go to my profile, my repositories, and there's my Android. Looks like this one actually did send anyways, so I don't know why it was giving me that error, but I can click on here and go to my Android application and see the whole app on there. We're good to go. So if let's say I was working and I make some edits. So let's say I do something like let's say here's my Kotlin file and I add a quick little comment here, and then I save it. Okay. I just need to go to VCS and then commit, and commit says send those changes, and I say changed and added a comment. And then right here there's some options. We're going to commit and push. And it's saying, do you want to send it to GitHub? I say yes, push. And it pushes that to GitHub. So now if I refresh, instead of updated 2 minutes ago, it should say updated now. And yep, we are good to go. So that's the whole process, start to finish. I know it's a little confusing, but you just need to get that Git part of it set up once. And now it should be set up for every project in the future.